University of Colorado in Boulder is interested in collecting data on rivers in Colorado to better understand how our land management practices are affecting the quality of the rivers. So how is wildfire affecting our rivers? How is agriculture and ranching affecting our rivers? And what interventions can we do to restore those rivers and the watersheds, and how effective are those? Our project right now has 10 in-situ sondes on the Yampa River up near Steamboat Springs and 10 along the Poudre River in Fort Collins, Colorado. And we're testing parameters like fluorescing dissolved organic matter, chlorophyll A, turbidity, temperature, and conductivity. These parameters can help us gauge the health of the river and how some of our practices are affecting the rivers.
Our project kind of breaks into two separate projects. One that's been running for about 5 years throughout the city of Fort Collins, and that's tracking water quality changes in the river. And that has always been a continuous monitoring effort. Our project up the canyon, which has been mostly focused on the post-fire effects on water quality, we've been transitioning this year to a continuous monitoring while still maintaining that baseline discrete sample.
So the data that we are getting from In-Situ is novel in the fact that it's in 15-minute increments. So what we're able to do with that data is build a model that can help us predict how land management practices such as agriculture, such as ranching, are going to affect the river in the future.
The data that we collect is ultimately going to be used in the master planning efforts of the cities of Fort Collins, Greeley, and Northern Water. They're all very invested in the health of the Poudre. It's their drinking water supply. It's also where they discharge their wastewater. And so they really want to see this project continue, and they also want real-time data so that they can better manage the water resources that they have. At a few of our sites, we've swapped Aquatrol 500s and 600s for Aquatrol 700s. We've been able to measure FDOM and chlorophyll A at those sites. Those are huge parameters for us because we want to track algal blooms in the river, and we also want to understand the effects of wildfire, which can be helpful using FDOM.
In-Situ has a lot of different sensor options that can be useful for monitoring river and watershed health. And the equipment is very durable, and the telemetry makes it easy for us to have access to that data when we need it. And working through their web interface and their mobile application makes the installation and the data collection seamless. One of my favorite things about working on this project so far has been collaborating with so many different partners across Colorado. It's very encouraging and neat to see people coming together around our water. And working with emerging technologies and some of this novel equipment from In-Situ has been really neat as well, especially as we start digging into the data and learning more